Hilda, I understand you had one of these, should we call it spiritual experiences? Yours, however, was while you were driving in a car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell us what happened?
Well, I was driving, getting off of work because I was working two jobs, and it was at night. And I remember it was thinking about my brother who had passed away a few years ago, and I was there, and all of a sudden, in my mind's eye, it was so real. It was like he was standing there and said, "Hi, sis," and that's what he always used to say to me, "Hi, sis." And I said, "Oh, this was all going on in my head." And I said, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And he said, "I'm doing great, sis." And then all of a sudden, with that, I felt it was almost as though I like just everything, love washed over me. Like I just felt so loved, so at peace, so blissful. Like I just wanted to lay down. It was like it was on a cloud, lay down and just stay there forever and ever and ever. And of course, I was conscious of driving as well. So I was
Sure.
sort and then it started to, when I had to concentrate more on the driving, it started to go, and I kept saying, "Oh, I really don't want to lose this." But anyway, it did go away. But the feeling was just so beautiful and so, yeah, like I was dazed, and I was still with that feeling of love and feeling, my connectedness with everything
Uh-huh.
and everyone. Um, and that went on for quite a while. And at that point in my life too, I was doing a lot of reflecting on some issues that we all have issues that come up that we have to reflect on once in a while. And I was just anyway, it had resolved the issue as well that
Oh,
I had.
okay.
Yeah,
Love tends to do that, doesn't it?
it does. Yes, it
When you
does.
say it went on for quite a while, I don't know if that means for minutes, days, months.
Oh, after the experience, there were times when I would go a couple of hours, and it was like at one point in time, I was so appreciative and had so much gratitude for myself and others and how we were connected that like just over, I was tearful a lot, but it was like I had so much love that I was either receiving or giving out, wanting to, I was very, very grateful, grateful, grateful.
Let me explore something with you. You said a couple of times that you felt all this connectedness. Many people call it oneness, but it's the same sort of thing. But and love for everyone. Does love for everyone include those who irritate you?
Yes,
Those
yes,
who may have betrayed you or cheated you or stolen from you or whatever?
yes, yes,
Now, isn't that interesting? Love in that degree sort of washes over it, but when we get out of that state, we can again be irritated, can we not?
yes. Yes, because we're constantly evolving.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
yeah, go ahead.
no, you go ahead. That's okay.
All right. All right. See, now let's go back if we can to this initial state of love that you had while driving in the car.
Mhm.
And you may never have thought of this, so I'm probably asking you a question that's never even occurred to you before. But how would you compare that sense of love with what we normally call love, like love for a family member, love for a pet, love for a friend, this kind of the typical kind of love? Would you the same, more, less, different? Put some words around that, could you?
There's no judgment or anything in that kind of love.
Right.
There's no expectations, and there's no right or wrong. It's like everything, all of that is included, and and you know in your heart that that even that other stuff maybe what you feel when you're not in that state is included in that love, and it's meant to be there for our growth and our
Yes.
growth.
Okay. Fascinating. Fascinating. I've had a lot of conversations with a lot of people having experiences similar to mine. Mine's very similar to yours. The
Yes.
details always tend to be different somehow. I was
Hmm.
just waking up from bed and I wasn't driving, and I had,
Yeah.
but the one thread that seems to go through all of those is there is this connectedness, there is this oneness, and there is this ever-present sense of love that is indefinable. I mean, we're trying to put words around it, but it's indefinable. You did very well when you said there was no judgment in there, and whether somebody was irritating you or your enemy or whatever the case may be was immaterial in that state. You
Absolutely.
know, philosophical question. Nobody's ever asked you this before, okay? So do your best with it, all right?
Okay.
If you and I and everyone on the planet accessed and was in that state and stayed there, what kind of a world would we be having?
Wow, there's no doubt about it. It wouldn't be the world we have today. It
Would,
was
would there be any disease in that world?
no, no,
Would there be any wars?
no,
Would there be any conflicts?
no, no.
Interesting, since how would we all feed ourselves? With our, I mean, this is getting to stuff I never even thought I would ask, but in our capitalistic society, there are some who have much more than do others. That's just the way it works. Some people even don't have enough food to eat in parts of the world. Okay. Um, how would that be resolved, or would it matter?
Okay. What we have, my belief is, what we have in our lives today and every day is by right of our consciousness, where we are consciously, where we are vibrating, so to speak. So, um, in that love, I like to think, I envision it as a big fluffy cloud, love cloud, with everybody snuggled into it. Everybody is in that consciousness where anything that you really don't need anything. There's no needs.
Yes, that's interesting. Yeah. In in this world of separated bodies, we need lots of things. We need not only material things and food and air and water, etc. We also need appreciation and we need comfort, and it goes on and on and on. We have an unlimited set of needs. In this other state, this I call it the revelation state. When I was in the, to me, I called it, I was in the presence of the Creator. Okay. Um, Somehow there are no needs. There need not be any competition. It's somehow other like bodies are almost immaterial.
Yeah, right.
That's
Absolutely.
those are my words, but that was your experience.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
they're sort of to be observed, but that's about it.
yeah. Absolutely. Just yeah, just a form to
Yeah.
give it. That's it. Yeah.
In fact, when I was in mine, I wasn't aware of any bodies whatsoever. But I've talked with others. That's why I say others are aware of bodies when they were in there. So we all have this different little thing in there. So, well,
I
Hilda,
wonder.
that go ahead. I'm sorry.
I wonder why that is. Why do you think that is? That if there's oneness, overall love, oneness, creator, do you think it's because of where we're coming from perceptually, that's how our experiences are different, why our experiences are different?
Um, yeah. While we're in this, I call it this. mistaken perception of being in individual bodies. Okay, it's
Yeah.
like we're having a dream and aren't aware of it. Okay, and we will
Yeah.
someday wake up, which you and I did. We woke up momentarily. We
Yes.
looked back at this, and this is more like a dream. It's a something to be put up with, I guess, for now. you know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but as we're in this dream and trying to go home or get to this other place and graduate, if you will, we all have our different experiences in life. We all have our different, I call it the blocks to the awareness of love's presence. So we have our different blocks, and so that manifests in different ways. As we start to access this, it's just we come to it from an individualized perspective, even though there's no such thing as individualized because we're all. Also echoes among many of the other conversations I've had. It's like this other state is the real reality.
Yeah.
This state in these individual bodies is a fiction. It's like a dream. It's like so real when you're having it. Like this seems like reality. You pinch yourself and it hurts. That's all seems very real. But that other state is far more real. That is the real reality.
Yeah.
This is some would say a joke, okay, a fiction. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Although many times there's nothing very funny about this dream, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, so home, yes, yeah, great concept, love it. Anything else you want to add?
No, those are the two main things, and I
This conversation as well. So,
that's great.
Hilda, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.